Hello, my name's Alex Duplantis. I'm with Iberia Parish Fire District. I've been there for 5.5 years now. Um, so you want to become a fireman. High school classes that you could take would probably be some kind of CPR, AED, get your familiarization with basic life skills, trying to save a person. You could become a volunteer after you turn 18 or when you turn 18. Um, that'll get you some kind of brain knowledge of becoming a fireman because volunteers do a lot of stuff that the paid staff does, so keep that in mind. I started out in Lafayette Parish for 2 years as a volunteer, and I decided to further my education and become paid with the fire district. um, college courses you could take a fire science degree. Is it going to help you get a job? Probably. Is it beneficial? Yeah. Do you need it? No. A lot of stuff we do is on the job training. So you get hired on and we teach you everything that you need to know. Plus, we also have LSU comes once a month, and they teach us, what's new in the world. We have 2021 cars, and they teach us how to extricate on them, and new building construction and codes and so on and so forth. They make new materials all the time, and they just keep us refreshed on that. Civil service test. So to become a fireman, you take a civil service test, and that's just a basic general knowledge test. It sees where your brain is and stuff like that, and that's one of the first things you need to do to become a fireman. You make 35,000 a year starting off. After your first year, you have to be able to take a Fire 1 test, hazmat awareness, hazmat ops, and your first responder. And then after that, you will get a state supplemental pay, which is an extra $6,000 added to your income, which will make you now 41,000. So it's pretty cool. You do work a 1 off, 2 days off, 24-hour shift. So that means I get on at 7 in the morning on a Monday, and I get off at 7 in the morning off on a Tuesday. So, like I said, you work a third of the year. Your 2 days off, you could not work a second job, if you do your finances right. If you don't do your finances right, then you might need a second job. Therefore, I started a business, and I buy houses and I flip them to make me some extra money. A day at the station. So a day at the station, you get there at 7 o'clock in the morning. I usually unpack my food, stuff like that, get ready. I put my duty shirt on, look nice and presentable. Put my gear on the truck. After that, we usually like to check the truck, because you want to make sure everything's in order and stuff like that. If something's missing, it could potentially harm you or a civilian you are trying to help. That'll probably last, somewhere around 7:30, 8 o'clock after you check all the trucks. We got a couple of them. There's 6 or 7 guys on shift, and we have a female. So that'll last about 8 o'clock, checking trucks, making sure everything's in order, things like that. After that, you kind of clean up. Be a public station, anybody can come in at any time, parish president, you want to make sure it's presentable. The chief, you pop in at any time, you want to make sure things are clean. That kind of lasts between calls. It could vary, man. You could not even clean the station, and you get burned with calls all morning long up until lunch. So it really depends, But our lunch starts at 11 o'clock and ends at 1. It's a 2-hour lunch. Some of us, myself, like to eat for 5 minutes, and then I like to sleep for my other hour and 55 minutes if I can. Because given the day, you don't know what's going to happen, and you could get burned with calls all night, and you have no sleep. So just remember that, After, you clean the station, lunchtime, all that stuff, etc. 1 o'clock, you wake up, get ready to do what you got to do. We usually do trainings in the afternoon, to make sure our head is on right, so we prepare for the job. After trainings, we usually work out, go to the gym. We have our own gym inside the station. Everybody want to get buff, it is what it is. Um, After that, you get a downtime, at 4 o'clock, and then from 4 to 7 in the morning is your downtime. So you could sleep from 4 till 7 in the morning, and you could play video games, or you could cook, or you could wash your own truck. You could just chill and watch TV. It didn't really matter. But you got to remember, we run calls all day long, no matter what it is. Run calls all day long. Last year we ran roughly 3,000 calls. That comes out to about 8 hours. 8 calls a day. If you round it up, that's 1 hour a call. It's 8 hours long, and some days you might get 15 or 16 calls in a day. It just depends. That's 16 hours of work, and not sleep. That you might have ran them all night. It's very crazy. Love it. Love it. We do medicals. We do wrecks. We do fires. I didn't know that getting on this job. I thought firemen are firemen when they put out house fires and whatever it is. Man, we do house fires, we do trash fires. We do smoke alarms, fire alarms, wrecks. We cut people out of cars, medical calls, any kind of medical calls. You stub your toe, fire department's coming. Police officers and paramedics, we all work together. So 9 out of 10 times when somebody calls 911, everybody's coming, depending on the situation. People skills. You need to have people skills. You can't be cussing and, running around and acting like a total fool. You need to have people skills. You need to, be polite, because these people are at their worst when you see them. They usually are. And you need to be able to comfort and care and things of that nature, because you don't need people that are crazy and you be crazy, and then now you just have total chaos. That doesn't work together. You need to be prepared for things, that nobody tells you. You go to these, sometimes you go to domestic calls, and you have to be prepared for what you see at these, calls. You could have somebody beating up on somebody. You could have a deceased person in there. You have to be prepared for this. If you don't like death, this may not be the job for you. If there's a lot of stuff that goes involved, and I didn't know. But if you have any more questions, man, we could set up a day. You could come tour the station. Hell, if you're 18 years old, you could ride the truck, and you come see what it's all about. So if you have any, if you're interested, give us a call at Iberia Parish Fire District. We're on Avery Island and Center Street. And good luck and have a good day.